taking a step back, we work on one large model, which is a commission model, right? We help the driver earn revenue. We take a small commission, which is about 20% of the overall fare that he takes from the customer. That is the primary piece. To ensure that customers get stellar service, we also incentivize them from time to time on different models. One of it is performance based, so every customer gives a feedback after every ride. Depending on the performance, we incentivize the driver. Second level of performance is on consistency on the platform, right? Which is about him logging in for a particular number of hours every day so that customers see immense availability. That is how the platform will grow overall. So we had structured both of these incentives, and these incentives change from time to time depending on demand and supply, right? So we altered it to the current situation, which wasn't taken favorably by some groups, and that was the primary piece there. That's the backstory to it, rather. Absolutely. So I'll give you our take on it, and I'll give you a brief of what we did from then on, right? For the last 1.5 to 2 years, we have got two very important features on the app. One of it is track your ride in real time, which means after every ride that you take, or rather during every ride that you take, you can share your location coordinates, GPS coordinates, driver details in real time with your friends and family to unlimited number of people who can track you real time. That is something that we already had in place. Two, like I said, driver entrepreneurs, driving the car, entrepreneurs themselves driving the car, improves the experience far higher than an average driver, salaried driver driving the car. The accountability is far more. The amount of training and the rigor that goes into it has been immense, right? So in fact, right after the incident happened, when we were asked for a comment, this is what we reiterated. But going forward from there, which is what I will talk about in terms of being forward looking, we have done three things. In addition to the KYC and police verification that was already happening, we have instituted antecedents checks and background checks for every driver with a third party. So now it's not just what is mandated, but going beyond what is mandated. We've also installed an additional layer of GPS in every car, over and above the mobile GPS. So now there are 2 layers of tracking on every car, making the overall experience extremely safe, right? And we've also launched a category called Pink in select cities, which is in beta at the moment, which is a for women by women category. In fact, there are a lot of women drivers already on the platform across cities now who will be part of this initiative as well, right? So this has been the stand right from the beginning, and we keep adding up to this. We've also launched an SOS button in app, right? So safety on both sides, customer and driver, is paramount, and we go all strides to ensure that happens. So our revenue model is a commission-based model. We work on a commission-based model with the driver. The overall fare that the driver earns from the Ola platform, we take a 20% commission on that, on every ride that the Ola platform gives him. But he is independently free to work as an entrepreneur himself. He can go and take rides of his own as well off the Ola platform. But whatever rides come to him through the Ola platform, we take a 20% commission. That's the model that we work with.